الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى وسلم على نبينا Muhammad وعلى أهله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. Tawasul, single means of nearness to Allah, its types and its rulings by Sheikh Muhammad Nasiruddin Al-Albani rahimahullah. And today we read chapter 4, Doubts, Raised and their Rebuttal. The disputers raise a number of objections and doubts about this matter in order to seek to strengthen their erroneous view, and to cause the common folk to believe it to be correct, and to hide the reality of the matter from them. I will quote these doubts in what follows one after the other, replying to them with a reply which is according to the principles of knowledge, and convincing if Allah will. This will confirm what has been stated in the previous chapter. It will satisfy anyone who is sincere and just, and will refute all those who make false charges against us. And success and rectitude is granted by Allah the Most High alone. In it is His aid that we seek. The first of the hadith describing how Umar used to request Al-Abbas radiallahu anhuma to pray for rain. They used as an evidence for the permissibility of Tawasul by means of a person's status. Ahonan write the hadith of Anas which he has preceded, that Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu in times of drought used to ask Al-Abbas ibn Abdul Talib to pray for rain on their belief. He himself will say, "O Allah, we used to ask your Prophet to supplicate on our behalf to you, and you will bless us with rain, and now we ask the uncle of our Prophet to supplicate to you on our behalf. So bless us with rain," he said, so they will be blessed with rain. So they understand from this hadith that Umar radiallahu anhu used to use the status of Al-Abbas radiallahu anhu as a means of tawassul and his position before Allah, as if his tawassul was merely to mention the name of Al-Abbas in supplication and to ask Allah to grant them rain because of that. Also that the companions agreed to this, so this, according to their claim, proves what they hold as for the reason why Umar radiallahu anhu left of tawassul of the Messenger of Allah and insisted use Al-Abbas radiallahu anhu for this. Then they claimed that this was only in order to show the facility of tawassul, the means of a person of excellence, even though there are those who are more excellent than him. This idea of theirs is erroneous, and the explanation is rejected due to many reasons, the most one of them being: one, a very important principle in the Islamic Sharia is that the Sharia texts explain one another, and of them are to be understood about certain matter in isolation from the rest of the text reported by it. So upon this principle, the previous hadith about the tawassul of Umar is to be understood in the light of the other established narrations, and the hadith reported about tawassul after they have been gathered and verified. Then both we and the disputants are agreed that there is a verb of omission in the speech of Umar. We used to do tawassul to you by means of our Prophet, and now we do tawassul to you by means of the uncle of our Prophet, and this omission in wording must have its meaning. Either we used to do tawassul to you by means of the status of our Prophet, but now we do tawassul to you by means of the status of the uncle of our Prophet in their view, or we used to do tawassul to you by means of the supplication of our Prophet, but now we do tawassul to you by means of supplication of the uncle of our Prophet. In our view, now one of these two possible meanings must be taken in order to understand clearly what is being said. Then, in order to know which of these two possible meanings is correct, we must refer back to the Sunnah in order to see which way of tawassul by means of the Prophet was practiced by the noble companions. We noted to look and see whether when they suffered a drought, each of them sat in his house or somewhere else, or come together not in the presence of Allah's Messenger and they supplicated their Lord, saying, "O Allah, by your Prophet Muhammad and the Surah before you, and the status with you, bless us with rain," for example, or whether they used to come to the Prophet in the person asked him to supplicate to Allah the Most High for them, and then that he will comply with their request and supplicate to his Lord with full humility until they were blessed with rain. As for the first of these matters, then it is not to be found anywhere in the noble Prophet hadith, in the practice of the noble companions radiallahu anhum, and there is no way that any of those in opposition to the way of the pure predecessors nor the followers of Sufism will be able to bring a proof to establish that their tawassul was to mention the name of the Prophet in their supplication and to make request to Allah by his right and his status before Allah. Rather, what we find many examples of, and which the books of Sunnahs are replete with it. The second matter, we find that the way in which the noble companions of the Prophet performed tawassul was that when they had some need or they wished for some distress to be removed, Then they will go to him sallallahu alaihi wasallam and ask him directly to supplicate to his Lord for them. That is the use to the supplication of the noble Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam as a means of nearest tawasul of Allah, the Most High, this and this alone we are also related with this by the saying of Allah the Blessed and the Most High. ولو أنهم إذا ظلموا أنفسهم جاءوك واستغفروا الله واستغفر لهم رسول لوجدوا الله توابا رحيما. If they deprecated when they had been unjust themselves had come to you Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and begged Allah's forgiveness and the Messenger had begged forgiveness for them, indeed they will have found Allah will forgive most merciful. Another example of it is the hadith of Anas which has preceded, which mentions the Bedouin who come to the mosque on the day of Jummah while the Messenger of Allah sallallahu was giving the khutbah. So he mentioned their difficult situation and the drought and death of their uncle, and he asked him to supplicate to Allah, the one free of all perfection, to save them from their predicament. So he sallallahu responded to this request, and he is as he is described by his Lord in his saying, لقد جاءكم رسول من أنفسكم عزيز عليه ما أنتم حريص عليكم بالمؤمنين رؤوف رحيم. Verily there has come unto you a messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam from among yourselves who grieves him that you should receive any injury or difficulty. He sends for you for the believers. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam is full of pity, kind and merciful. So he sallallahu alaihi wasallam his Lord for them, and he the one free of all imperfections, answered the instruction of his prophet, and he showed mercy to his servants, and showed his mercy upon them, and gave life to their barren land. Also from this is the coming of the same Bedouin or someone else on the following Jum'ah. The Prophet ﷺ again, while he was delivering the khutbah, he then complained to him about the roads being cut off and the collapse of houses and drowning of cattle, and he asked him to supplicate to his Lord to withhold the rain from them. So he ﷺ did so, and he did, and his Lord, the Most Majestic, again answered his supplication. An example of this is what the noble lady Aisha radiallahu anha said, report saying, the people complained to Allah's Messenger ﷺ about their lack of rain. So he ordered for a member to be called in the prayer ground, and he sat a day for the people to come out. He said, so Allah's Messenger came out when the ray of the sun appeared, and he sat upon the member and declared Allah's greatness and praised him. And then he said, you have complained of drought at your abodes and delay of rain at the start of its season, and Allah has ordered that you supplicate to him and has promised that he will answer your supplication. In the hadith, it is mentioned that he sallallahu called upon Allah, the one free of all imperfection, and led the people in prayer, and that he, the Most High, granted them rain so that the streams followed with the water. The people hurried off to their homes. And then sallallahu laughed such that his small teeth were visible, and he said, I witness that Allah has full power over everything, and that I am the slave of Allah and his messenger. So this hadith and their like, which occurred in the time of the Prophet sallallahu at the time of the noble companions of whom you will find the matter leaving no room for argument or debate that the tawasul by means of the Prophet ﷺ or the righteous, which was practiced by the pious predecessors, was that the one seeking tawasul will come to the one whom he wished to use to perform tawasul, and will ask him to supplicate to Allah, the one free of all imperfections, in order to attain what he wished for. So he will consent to this, and then Allah, the one free of all imperfections, will answer his supplication.